Hi everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. A gorgeous sunny day here in Vallejo, California. Thank you so much for meeting me on the table right here. Still April, still a fabric challenge. So I made some fun hearts for our altered book. The hearts create flaps for pockets, for tags. I don't have any tags on my table right now, so they're in a drawer someplace. I'll find them, stick them in the book. It'll be great. The beekeeper's here, so he keeps walking by and catching my attention because he's in his full beekeeper garb. So fun. All right, see you on the table. So here's your project for today in our altered book. There it is. Never going to close again, of course. Fabric, acrylic, paints, the acrylic paints, StazOn, brown paper bags on the back of these. I'm just going to leave them as is. That's fine with me. It's created some lovely pockets. So fabric, brown paper bag, underpants, acrylic paints. I used up the thread on the spool, so I added that to the side. All right, before I put the fabric away for April, I am going to make a fun heart. So I have some fabric. I don't know how much I'm going to use, but I'm going to start off with this, and I'm just going to do kind of a Hallmark heart. Nothing too fancy. That's good. I'm not measuring, you know I'm not. Just need each one to be a bit smaller than the one before. I'm going to take these hearts and I'm going to glue them onto a brown paper bag with some Mod Podge. Mod Podge on the top and on the bottom. All right, let's let them dry. Good morning, all. Tired artist on the table this morning. I'm going to cut these out, and I'm going to sip on my coffee. I've been splattering something else with the green gold, so I'm just going to splatter the hearts a little bit with the leftover paint and let those dry. I'm going to bring in my black StazOn, and I'm just going to go around the edges of these. Each heart. I love the way these are transformed with just that black StazOn ink. That is gorgeous. Now my desk is quite full of fabric for the month of April, as you can well imagine. But I've brought out my underpants, fun underpants, and I'm going to add underpants to a piece of brown paper bag about the size of a 2-page spread. And I am just going to add some fun underpants to this brown paper bag. Like I say, we're nearly done with this book. It's getting very, very fragile. So I am going to build a page to put into the book. And I am just going to add some fun underpants. While this is still damp and pliable, I am going to fold that in half. Bring in that yummy gold green. While that is still wet, fold that. Massage it down. And let it dry. Okay, this is pretty much dry. I'm bringing in the turquoise. I'm just putting a couple of drops around of that. Well, that's fun, just like that. And I'm bringing my gift card in. And let that dry. All right, that's about dry. I'm bringing in a ratty piece of sandpaper, and I'm just going to go in here and rip this up a little bit. Brush all the sanding dust off. Nice and torn up. Nice job. Bring in my StazOn. Now this one is pretty dry, which is good for this project. And I'm just going to go in and add some noise. Beautifully grunged up with the StazOn ink. Now you're saying, why did she create that page outside the book? Well, I'm about to show you. I'm going to grab the Stabilo and go around the edges of the pages. Of course, no page is safe without Stabilo. Spit and smudge girl, you know that. Now I'm going to bring the hearts back in. I'm going to fold them in half. All my hearts are folded in half. I'm going to put them in the center of the page, and I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and see if my sewing machine will sew through all of that. We shall see. All right, my machine did. It sewed through all of the fabric in the brown paper bags, and then I just edged it. Just went around a couple of times with the stitches. All right. Now I'm going to bring my book back. And this is where it's going to go. So I will put Mod Podge on these two pages. Bring my heart page in. Center that. Bring in my trusty bag of rice. Since I emptied a spool of thread, I'm just going to go ahead and pop a hole here. And put that spool of thread there while it's drying. All right, it's almost dry. I did put a little spool on here. I'm going to take my black StazOn ink and just grunge that up a little bit. Maybe I'll glue some paper onto that. That would be fun. I have a strip of paper here. Just going to put some Mod Podge on it. Wrap that around that gorgeous little spool we just emptied because I have some old thread that's still on the wooden spools. We have lots of pockets in here to fill with goodies. I don't have a lot of tags on the desk right now, but you get the idea. And then, of course, when I was done, I added some fun stamp here just for some energy. That's fun. And ta-da! Go create, go play, go have fun.